Hello, hello, hello. It's another coffee time, another week. But I managed to stand on my leg for nearly 50 seconds with my shoes off in front of the missus, so maybe I'm not going to die in the next 10 minutes, or however long it was. God, it seems like such a long time ago. The Friday gone, is. Huh? I've not looked at the Daily Mail website today, for that is where we get coffee time. I look at the Daily Mail news website and say stuff. Spain's on red alert again, Barcelona in particular, because they reckon that something like 4 months of rain is going to fall really, really quickly. And the Spanish royal family visited Valencia and were pelted by... Oh, come on, Daily... Come on. So many pop-ups. My browser just goes... and then... it just seizes up. But yeah, this is what's happening at... This is outside the unfortunately titled El Prat Airport. Is that in Barcelona? I think so. And as you can see, it's a bit moist already, so it's not looking good. They've got a red weather warning over there, and yeah, it's been hit with a deluge of rain this morning. So, blimey, it's not looking good. And again, inside the airport, the rain was leaking through the ceiling. Not good. Yeah, this is the Spanish royal family being confronted by locals who weren't very happy with them. Again, it's not their fault. It's the government they need to take on. But hey, let's pelt the royals instead. That will sort all the problems out. Yeah. Meanwhile, tomorrow it's the American elections. Ooh, who will it be? Will it be Trump? Will it be Harris? Look, it's not good either way. It's not good either way. If we're being completely selfish, Trump is probably the best because he likes the UK. He's got UK, British, well, Scottish heritage. Harris doesn't care much for Europe and the UK, so not so good. But it doesn't matter. They're both really poor choices, and the American political system, leads us here once more. However, if Trump does get in, no more Trump. We only have to suffer another 4 years of Trump, and then he's gone, and we can all move on. But But yeah, they reckon it's very, 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 very close. It's very, very close. Right, this is it. Tales from Stupid. Tales of Stupid. This is Tom Bowie, right? The warehouse manager estimated. I can't. It's so dumb. I can't even get through it. The warehouse manager estimated to have spent how much? £30,000 on his favourite tipple, Dr Pepper, and I guess he liked cola too. And of course, it had a terrible, terrible effect on his health because he downed 5 litres of Dr Pepper a day, and he doesn't drink water. But we do get to find out how Fizzy Pop has wrecked the 42-year-old. So yeah, he gets through 2.25 giant bottles a day of and it costs him £250 a month. But yeah, basically he put on loads of weight. He had trouble sleeping, and his teeth started to rot. He said, "For a while my teeth weren't too bad. Then I went to the dentist and he said I had a level of acid erosion similar to what I expect from a 70-year-old." Said Mr. Bowie, who's from Marley in Buckinghamshire. He said, "Basically, I've got the teeth of a pensioner. We'll give them back." Also, I was feeling really bloated all the time, as you gain a lot of weight when you're drinking sugar. Again, this is what annoys me. I was never a big I'd have a can of pop, in the summer. It's like, but yeah. So he's given up now. Apparently, he quit. He consulted a hypnotherapist, David Kilmurray, and now after a 2-hour Zoom session, he's quit. And now he sips pints of water and weak squash. But yeah, he's dropped a stone in weight already, and no longer wears plus size clothing. And you can almost see. I don't know. I think there's some clever. Wear black. If you wear black, he says, it really does a good job. But don't be stupid and drink. I mean, it's just like you said, drinking sugar, concentrated sugar, just syrup. Call it syrup. Let's just call it syrup. Meanwhile, scientists have discovered they've found proof of the afterlife. Oh no, you mean it's going to go on? It never ends. According to Dr. Sam Parnia, an associate professor of medicine at New York University Langone's Medical Center, patients who are resuscitated after their heart stops frequently recount reliving every single moment of their lives. Oh God, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to go through buying a newsagents and all that palaver all over again, and living in Norfolk all over again. Please don't make me do that. But yeah, he says it's particularly remarkable that they relive memories not only from their own perspective, but as if they're looking through other people's eyes. That's even more terrifying. But yeah, these phenomena have fascinated medics for years. But yeah, Parney's undertaken 30 years of research involving millions of people to assess where life ends and death begins. It's when you move to Norfolk. He said many millions of people over the world have gone through this early phase of death and been brought back to life again. We've studied many thousands of people using many different scientific methods. Here he is. He looks like Richard O'Brien from the movie Shock Treatment. That is a deep cut. It's the unofficial follow-up to Rocky Horror Picture Show. Nobody watched it. He says, incredibly, patients consistently report, even though from the outside perspective it looks like there's no consciousness and they're supposed to be dead, internally they go through a new experience. They feel that their own consciousness, their self, would become suddenly vast, and it becomes more lucid and more sharp. They're there to gather information about what's happening to them as the doctors and nurses are trying to revive them. They gather this information almost in 360 degrees and come to recognise that it looks like I'm dead. And what's remarkable in this state is that they start to relive every single moment of their lives, every interaction that they've had with others, not only from their own perspective, but also from the other's experience and perspective. For example, if they've done something to hurt someone, they relive the exact same pain that person had had. If they've done something that's caused happiness in other people, they relive the same happiness. Well, I'm all right, because I've only ever made people happy. So I look forward to it. I'm gonna die with a smile on my face. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what goes on? Maybe we're part of one giant cosmic consciousness. That's what I think. One giant, because we have shared experience and all that stuff, But yeah, walk into the light. Walk into the light. It's like watching this. It's like a near-death experience watching this, isn't it? Walk into the light, dear viewer, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, this isn't a news story per se. I just want to show this picture of Gary Barlow and his family, and what I want to ask is, what the hell are they feeding Gary Barlow's son? I mean, he must be, is it 7 foot tall? Because Gary Barlow's not short, is he? I mean, he's made a giant. There you go. That's his son Daniel, who's 24. But there you go. So there you go. What else have we got? Worst names in Britain. Come on, Darren. Come on, Darren. You can do it. Have you got the worst name in Britain? I don't know. I'm going to find out. 1 in 10 Brits hate their names, with Gary, Carol and Tracy the least impressed by their given title. Our study found a whopping 12% of UK adults loathe their given name, with 2 in 5 moaning it's outdated and a fifth complaining it makes them sound like a commoner. But nearly a fifth of Brits give their children traditional names, while 14% pass on the name of an older family member. Of half of those polled, some 48%, admit forming first impressions about people based on their names. Yeah, always avoid people called Luke. Just, yeah. More than 1 in 5 wish they were named after a celebrity, while 8% are named after a parent's favourite pop star, sports icon, or actor. Yeah, there we go. We've got a list. There's no list. That's just rubbish. This study was carried out by Czech beer firm Budvar. But the thing is if you drink enough of that, you start to forget to care about your name. In fact, you stop caring about everything. Mind you, Budvar's incredibly weak. I remember once I went to a press do, and I drank something like 12 bottles of the stuff, and I was completely sober. I was like, this isn't working. Mind you, I was at the height of my powers then. Names, eh? But yeah, the marketing chief at Budvar, Claire Sharp, said, "We are completely independent Czech lager, and we know what it's like to live with an American namesake." Well, just change your name. Psychologist Dr. Jane McCartney commented on the findings, added, "Sharing your name with someone in the public eye can have its frustrations, such as having to explain when somebody asks you for the 100th time that you're not actually related to a well-known person." Again, calling your son Adolf, still probably not a good idea. Again, Nigel, not very popular at the moment. But again, Darren is a name that is only a certain kind of demographic in terms of age called Darren. Darren is a name that came and went, came from the 50s and then died out. There was a few of us in the 70s, and we're gone now. But with my kids, I tried to give them unique names, and yeah, their middle names are the names relating to their grandparents, or my grandparents, not their great grandparents, because I wanted to keep that alive. Because I know my mum shared a name from her mum, and we've kind of kept that going. So keep it in the family, as it were. And my middle name was the same as my grandfather's name. So yeah, it gets complicated, doesn't it? It gets complicated. Meanwhile, swearing is more common in the north, apparently. This is according to is it a tribunal case? A delivery driver who called his colleague a F star. I guess it means effing. But the M star. It fucking, oh God, I've gone and got deregulated again. I don't know what the next one is. I don't know what I'm confused. Anyway, it's during an argument in the office. Should not have been sacked because swearing in the workplace in the north is common. This is a judgment made by Judge Jatinder Shergill. Robert Ogden made the comment during a clash about his female colleague's weight. I still don't know what the M stands for. I need to brush up on my insults. Following a discussion about donuts, losing weight and attending weight loss classes. The violated and shocked woman was left in tears and reported him to bosses. Well, we need to see how fat she was to pass judgment, because if she was morbidly obese, I think he's got every right to call her whatever that insult was. However, Mr. Ogden is now in line for compensation after the judge ruled the lawless and toxic office was rife with similar comments and swearing, including the use of the F word, is common in the north of England. Again, I think it depends where you're working. You know, certain offices have to, again, it's all about the culture of the office and the area that you work in. Some offices are a little bit more, Effie and Jeffy. Again, if you worked in the media, in journalism, we're a bit more ripe, a little bit more ribald with our language. Whereas maybe, in the judges' quarters at the high courts, maybe they don't F and Jeff so much. But I could be projecting. That maybe they swear worse. We'll never know. But yeah, so it's all right to swear at someone. Anyway, the woman raised a formal grievance of bullying in August 2023, and Ogden was dismissed. It was heard he said, "You can't do that. You are an F star M star." No wonder it takes you 19 weeks to lose a stone. It hasn't taken 19 weeks. I said it because I've been dying as well. And she rang a friend in tears. But Miss Ogden told the hearing it was a toxic and lawless workplace culture, and saw the shift manager pouring sweets over the same woman's head previously. He added there was mutual horseplay and inappropriate comments made, such as calling people chubs. A name calling of the woman by others had not stopped. So there we go. But he's all right. And a hearing to decide Mr. Ogden's compensation will take place at a later date. I imagine it'll be a big box of donuts. A big box of donuts, because he's trying to lose weight as well. He'd like that. He'd like that. Why can't we just all get along? Why can't we get along, everyone? Or why the air fryer in your kitchen might be a killer. We've got an air fryer. Though I have a love-hate relationship with it, because sometimes it cooks chips all right, and sometimes it doesn't, and I have to kind of dry the potatoes out first. If you get a particularly wet potato, can't put it in the air fryer because it will just turn it into mashed potato. They just crumble. You've got to have a kind of a dry potato. So you've got to dry them out first. You know, it's like, I wish we go back to using fat fryers. Remember that? Do you remember we used to have the information adverts on the TV about your chip pan fires? Do you remember? Who remembers the good old days when everyone's houses used to burn down through chip pan fires and falling asleep with a cigarette in your hand? Do you remember those good old days? I miss those days. Those days are gone. I'm just gibbering now. This is data released by the Home Office, shows a 6-fold increase in the number of times the word air fryer was mentioned in additional free text box on the IRS. IRS? Have we got the IRS? Oh, that's the instant recording system. We're learning new things now. And that collects data. Firefighters document the cause of blazes using the IRS. Not the IRS in America, the instant recording system. And that collects data used to help fire service know the latest dangers and how to deal with them. And air fryer is popular as a popular thing. So you can see this is the gadgets are mentioned by fire. Look at how shut up. Look. Brumph. I'm interested. How could an air fryer catch fire? Unless you were I don't know, putting oil in it or something. Because it's dry, unless the element blew up or something. I don't know. But yeah, the air fryer boom can be compared to the chip pan boom of the 70s and 80s, which came, 60s, 70s and 80s. 80s, we had oven chips, died out. Do you remember when they invented the oven chip? It was up there with the microchip. And then you had the microwave chip. Do you remember the McCain's microwave? They came in little boxes. They were disgusting. But yeah, so Stuart Wiggins, he's Chief Compliance Officer. So you could say he's Chief Wiggins. I got donuts. I got donuts. That's a Simpsons joke. Again, I doubt many people watching this will know what that is, because the Simpsons. He's a leading provider of fire and food safety services at Shield Safety. I'll start that again. He's the chief. I read that completely the wrong way around, because I was so excited by my Chief Wiggum impression, and it's Wigan, not Wiggum. But hey, liberty, take a liberty, make a joke. Chief Compliance Officer at Shield Safety, a leading provider of fire and food safety services. That's better. He said evidence strongly suggests that fires caused by air fryers are on the rise, and the Home Office should undoubtedly add air fryers as a specific category for the cause of fire on the IRS. Accurate tracking and categorisation of the air fryer related fires would enable the development of targeted fire safety campaigns and regulatory measures, ultimately helping to mitigate the risk and prevent further incidents. But I want to know how they catch fire. Oh, I don't. How? Mind you, this is the terrifying moment an air fryer burst into flames, and if there's there's an advert, there's a 30-second advert and a 40-second clip. I'm just going to show you the still images because I can't be bothered. Look, that air fryer is on fire, but why is it on fire? Why? Is it a mechanical fault, or was there something in the air fryer that caught fire? We need to know, and that's what it looks like afterwards. We'll never know. Was there any chips in it? Maybe there was a piece of fish, some chicken. Oh look, and there's what happens to your house when it catches fire. That was done. That was an old one. That's from the 70s, surely. Oh, it's from Florida, right? So yeah, air fryers bad. Can't read that. Ah dear. Is this Britain's most expensive Christmas market? Right, Halloween's out the way. That means now it's Christmas. It's Christmas, everybody. Woohoo! Are you excited? What do you want for Christmas? Leave your comments in the comments box below. Remember, engagement feeds the algorithm or something. Look, no one's watching. If I'm lucky, I'll get 100 views. Nobody cares about this, any of this. No one cares. Anyway, is this the most expensive Christmas market? Who cares? I'm not going, because I don't want to be standing in the cold with a load of people I don't like. Yeah, this is Birmingham's Frankfurt Christmas Market, and it opened on Friday, November the 1st, like I said. I said what I said before I read this. November, beginning of November is going. I remember when it used to be the beginning of December. 1st December all this shit used to open. Now it's November. Soon it'll be October, and we're just starting bloody August to be done with it. But apparently they're charging £21 for a beer and a hot dog. Well, it's your own stupid fault for paying it. Be like me, you know, you can buy a hot dog, you can cook your own hot dog, you can buy a beer, and the rest of the money you can spend it how you play. You buy more beer and more hot dogs. Set up a little stall outside the thing with cheap beer, cheap hot dogs. 2 pint steins of German wheat beer Hofbrau cost £12.50, while a half-metre long bratwurst is priced at £9. And if you want a bag of roasted almonds, well, that will set you back £4.50. Some have threatened to boycott the attraction. And here are some people enjoy being robbed. And look, it says, we accept Visa, credit or debit cash. No Bitcoin. You might need Bitcoin. And look, hear him. Look, he's showing off his wiener. I think that's what they call him. Look at that. That's a bratwurst. And he's looking. The other five's looking, going, God, his one's bigger than mine. And mine's got a bend in it. You don't want it bending up like that. No. Sorry, it's just and here's a happy punter, Stan Felton, with the price list. He says, I don't mind being robbed. I'm so drunk, I don't care anymore. That's what he's saying. Merry Christmas. And I mean, it's all right if you like that kind of thing. I don't know. Why do we have to have German Christmas? Why do we have to import it? Why can't we have British Christmas? Why can't we have like a really miserable Christmas market, like with like Santa's? He's got like brown sauce like smeared down him, and he's like got a fag out of his mouth, and he's telling you exploding air fryers. He's, you know, here you go, little boy, have an exploding air fryer. I don't get it myself. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Just don't get it. But then I am miserable, so there you go. This is who remembers Russell Brand? Do you remember Russell Brand? You remember he found God? Well, the reason he found God is that the Met Police handed a lovely big file to the CPS. At the I think it was at the weekend. Yeah, it was revealed. But yeah, so yeah, on Saturday, Detective Superintendent Andy Furthy, what a name, F-U-R-P-H-Y, Furthy, not Murphy, Furthy. It's almost like, you know, when they were christening him, you know, his dad said to the vicar, Murphy. It's Murphy, but he coughed or something. Yeah, he handed a file of evidence to the Crown Prosecution Service after a 13-month investigation. But the Brand hasn't commented on it. He put out a tweet saying, "Forgiveness is available for all of us." Yeah. Yeah, say that when you're in the cell. with your new cellmate. I don't know if it'll ever come to anything, because he's going to have the money to buy very expensive lawyers, because this is why he's on his grift. He's on his major religious. Here he is praying. Look, there he is. Look, he's praying with Tucker Carlson. Now, if you'd have told me, right, this is the beauty of all this, that this fella here would be praying on stage with a right-wing, almost evangelical politico, in the future, I'd have gone, well, what weird future is this? And here he is with Bear Grylls and another unknown man in April. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say about that. Apparently, it was a baptism. That's a baptism. But we'll find out if he's if anything that's going to happen. I have to wait till the CPS. CPS will judge it. They'll look at the evidence and see if there's a possibility of getting a conviction. It's I don't know. Probably not. I can't do that. Trying to find some good ones. Oh yeah, Quincy Jones passed, the legendary producer. God, he produced more records than I can even mention here. It's Quincy Jones, for Christ's sake. Involved with Michael Jackson. The theme tune to Austin Powers was one of his tunes. But 91, good innings, and he, a legend in music. Meanwhile, we've got some supermarket news. Sainsbury's are going to be matching 200 Aldi products. Here we go. This is what you can. This is, keep your eye out. Look, keep your eye out, missus, because we get our shopping delivered from Sainsbury's. I have done for the last 20 years. And there's a sales war going on. Good. This is what we want. This is a follow-up story. We did cover her earlier in the year. This is OnlyFans model. Again, I'm using that term lightly. Bonnie Blue. She came over here earlier, and she put out a notice for male freshers at university. I can't remember which university was it now. Nottingham Trent University. She put out a notice for any young male students to come along and stump her while she videoed it for her OnlyFans account. Well, anyway, she's following it up by going back to Australia, because I think that's where she lives, and she wants to she wants to do the same again with barely legal 18-year-olds on the Gold Coast. And this is inspired a change.org petition. Right, here we go. I don't know, would it be successful? I'm not sure. Cancel her visa because they say she's a predatory woman. And they do have a point. They said if a man was doing this and I was asking for barely legal female performers, I guess there'd be an even bigger uproar, wouldn't it? But we don't do it because it's lads. Child safety expert Christy McVie said if this was a male OnlyFans creator targeting barely legal young women, everyone would be up in arms. She's right. But Bonnie Blue is unrepentant. She said they're just jealous, like the hate is coming from middle-aged women that don't understand. They're trying to bring shame on it. And I'm not saying you have to agree with my work, but it's not exactly work, is it? It's exploitation. She's exploiting those lads for her own financial gain. They don't gain anything out of it other than stumping her. and where she is, she's making quite a bit of money according to her claims. So yeah, and here she is. This is what she did in Nottingham. Again, it's so funny what OnlyFans and the internet has done to pornography. It's like they've completely levelled the playing field, that you have to give it away. In the old days, women would be paid thousands of pounds to do that kind of thing. Now she has to give it away and hope that people subscribe to her OnlyFans. I've got to do this one. Because there is video. And it's epic. It's an epic video. And we're going to Thailand, though the advert. How long is the advert? Yeah, we're going to Thailand, and I don't know about you. Do you ever get embarrassed when things happen to you? We can file this under having a bad day, and this fellow was certainly having a bad day. But you also ask the question, how? How did it happen? So yeah, this is. You're probably wondering what that is, but this is, I guess it's CCTV security footage, right? And that's the damage he's left. People were shocked when a naked British man fell through the ceiling. Again, that's shocking enough. Here he is. They've covered him in his modesty, but he was also covered in excrement. So if you think you're having a bad day, this guy's having an even worse day, and here's the police investigating the scene of the crime, if there was a crime. Again, I hate when things like that happen. Anyway, so yeah, apparently the 51-year-old tourist, was extremely drunk when he fell through the ceiling. Yeah. Apparently, he fell from a hotel balcony. Yeah, he'd arrived in the country in September the 23rd and was reported to be extremely drunk when he returned to his room at the Freelancer Hotel in the early hours of Monday morning, November the 4th. So this is current news. Staff said they heard groans and banging in the room, but thought nothing of it until a man's leg tore through the ceiling of an adjacent internet cafe. The cafe, which was packed with late-night gamers, was thrown into chaos as the naked holidaymaker cried for help with his legs dangling through the ceiling. Just how do you get into that state? Seriously. Oh dear. So yeah, he's dangling. And then, oh Jesus, oh that ain't a good look. And here he is in the aftermath of it, I tell you, it gives a whole new meaning to being blind drunk, isn't it? Yeah, paramedics said they found the tourist in a dazed state and covered in excrement while half stuck in the ceiling. But the police said he sustained only minor injuries, and he was covered in a blanket before being escorted to an ambulance. But when they searched his room, officers confirmed they found nothing illegal. Lieutenant Thanawi Garangsi, who responded to the incident, said the tourist had minor injuries and would be discharged. There's discharged and there's discharge from after he has time to rest and become sober. We have some ideas of what he was doing in the room to make it so dirty, but there was nothing illegal. It's his private life. And so he will have to speak to the hotel to negotiate the bill. Is it a dirty protest? And here he is being taken away. Looking a bit like Gandhi there. Somrak Senso, who'd been gaming at the cafe, said at the time the shop was full of people, more than 20 people. I was sitting playing games. After all, we heard a thump. Didn't think much of it. After all, there was another thump. And then the ceiling started to break. And then there were legs coming down right on my head. So I called the staff to come and look. And then he added that the ceiling began to sink, prompting to, they all took a close look, and then they were hit with an unpleasant smell. He said, I smelled it. I thought it was a broken sewage pipe or something. They said when I went up to look, I saw poop all over the room. It was all over the bed. He couldn't speak coherently. He must have been very drunk, but I didn't see any liquor bottles in the room. He was alone. There was nobody else there. So there you go. And they wonder why they want to ban us from being tourists, eh? Hey. Have we got any? I'm trying to find animal stories. Oh, here we go. Found one. We can end now. But I would like to do that one. I'm just going to quickly do this one. This is the story of Alan Davis. No, not that Alan Davis. Alan Davis is a pensioner. He's 85. And he is a good Samaritan. He took part in a group litter pick in his local area in Longwood Lane and Hayhead Wood, in Walsall on September the 6th. But he was surprised when he received a fine by Walsall Council last week after forgetting to pick up his walking stick and a bag with a cushion inside, which he'd left by the roadside. Mr. Davis claims Walsall Council tracked him down after trawling through CCTV images and then found his address by using his car's number plate. He was very shocked and angry. He did a good thing and ended up with a fine. He said, why would I leave my walking stick there on purpose? I want it back, but I cannot speak to any human about the fine. I need my walking stick. They've taken the trouble to track me down. After all I've done for the area, they could have given me my walking stick back, and they've tried to bankrupt me. Again, an innocent mistake. You get fined. So yeah, poor Mr. Davis there. The fines. Yeah, Alan's fellow walker, John, he's a litter picker as well. So they're non-negotiable. They will not listen or talk to you over the phone. They need to prove intent, and there is none. He drove off by mistake. The letter from Walsall Council's Community Protection Department said if payment is not received, proceedings may be taken against you and you may be liable to a fine of up to £2,500. Included was a letter with 2 CCTV images showing Alan and John walking towards the car and another 10 minutes showing the walking stick and cushion on the floor. And there was a 10-minute gap between the pictures. But yeah, he's been fined £150. Which is a lot of money for a pensioner. And Walsall Council have been approached for comment and they haven't responded. So there you go. You might have to go to court and argue your case in the court. That might be the only way out. But we do have an animal story. You could say this is one hot dog. Herbie the dog. There you go. Here he is. He's looking all innocent there, but I think he knew exactly what he was doing. Right, Herbie the dog caused a house fire. Yeah, and they reckon he did this by jumping on a worktop and accidentally turning on the toaster at his home in Margate. Luckily, a 12-year-old child in the home heard the smoke alarm and alerted the rest of the family. He escaped. Herbie escaped with the child and the rest of the family, but Mush the cat had to be rescued by firefighters. You see, it was a hit job. Herbie the dog was trying to take out Mush the cat. But yeah, Mush was found by fire crews hiding unconscious between 2 pillars. But she was brought to safety and a pet oxygen mask was used to resuscitate her. And here is the state of the kitchen. You could say Herbie's going to be in the doghouse. Isn't he just? After the blaze, the family said, we didn't realise that Herbie jumping up could result in so much damage and pets could actually start fires this way. So we're going to share what happened to raise awareness. Kent Fire Rescue Service Area Manager for Customer Safety, Susanna Chisholm, said you don't necessarily expect a dog to be able to start a kitchen fire, but it can and does happen. The swift actions of the young man undoubtedly made a huge difference to the outcome of the incident, saving his pets and preventing further damage to the home. It goes to show how important working smoke alarms are. So there you go. So keep your dog off the counter. And I think we'll end it there. Let's see if there's anybody in. 6 people in. Nobody's, and there's only Clive. And that's it, and 2 likes. Nobody's interested. This is terrible, right, Clive? I'm glad you're enjoying it. Remember, if you like this and you want it to continue, please like the videos, man. Please, just like the video. Like the video. Leave a comment. Share it with your friends, God damn it. Help me out here. I don't ask for much in this world. I'm not going to grift you for money. I'm going to grift you for engagement. How about that? How about that? Anyway, that was the news for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't, I can't do about that, is there really? And we'll do this all again soon. That was news, killing channel, one video at a time. You know, you got to drink it up. Ta-ta.